Here at home, education is a big topic of this year's legislative session at the state capitol. There are dozens of proposed bills that could make a big difference in your child's education.
Our Capitol reporter, Augusta McDonald, has been covering the education policy very closely as the session has just started. She joins us now. Good morning. Boy, a busy week at the Capitol, especially when it does come to our kids and what they're learning.
Absolutely, a very busy week at the Capitol. Every week has been a busy week for this topic. Robin, Lacey, thank you so much for having me this morning. Although both the House and Senate were closed for the session Wednesday and Thursday due to winter weather, there were Education Committee meetings Monday and Tuesday, so lots to talk about there. And public schools advocates kicked off Public Schools Week on Monday with a rally in the Capitol Rotunda. In speeches, advocates expressed concern about funding cuts to Oklahoma's historically underfunded public schools this session. One of the bills that may cut schools' budgets is Senate Bill 1647. It was proposed by the top Republican in the Senate and makes a way for parents to pay for private school or homeschooling using their child's state-appropriated aid money. Basically, it's a universal voucher bill. Several groups were there: Parents Legislative Action Committee, Pastors for Oklahoma Kids, Rural Oklahoma Schools Coalitions, and also some community leaders.
There is so much at stake that we have to continue to fight for what our children deserve. And that is opportunities to excel, to be supported in the face of challenges. And our public schools need the resources to achieve the dreams of our children.
Okay, so a couple of different things could happen, Augusta, with Senate Bill 1647. That's right, which is the budget cuts.
Yes. So there was supposed to be a meeting this week, but that was canceled. Of course, because of weather, parent choice is a top priority for Governor Kevin Stitt. He pushed this measure in his State of the State speech to kick off the session, but we aren't seeing all Republicans following suit to forward this measure. The top Republican in the House, Charles McCall, said he had no plans to hear a voucher bill in the House this session. That bill barely passed in its first Senate committee meeting last week, and from just sort of chatting with people around the Capitol this week, I think it's possible that the measure could also stall in the Senate before it even makes it over to the House. It seems to be a tough sell for rural lawmakers. They're representing communities that don't have private school options and would potentially lose funding if this voucher bill passes. And in the Senate on Tuesday, changes to an anti-bullying bill passed unanimously. The updates to the School Safety and Bullying Prevention Act include requiring districts to create a procedure for notifying parents and legal guardians of a victim and reported perpetrator of bullying, and that has to happen within 24 hours of that reported incident. It also requires immediate notification if a student expresses suicidal thoughts or encourages another student to commit suicide. I also had an interview with the chair of the Senate Education Committee, Adam Pugh, this week, and he's talking about proposing some legislation that would make a pretty significant change to how charter schools are authorized. Right now, charter schools are authorized by a pretty broad range of entities. That's local districts, tribes, the statewide virtual board among them. Pew's Senate Bill 1621 would create a statewide authorizing board, just one board. It would kind of undo all of those local authorizers, and that board would be responsible for all the charters in the state. Pew told me he has spent the year looking at how Oklahoma could create sort of a new, robust way to govern its growing number of charter schools, and he says it should be hard to create a charter school, and schools need to be accountable for the public money that they spend.
And that's money that we've been paying in fees that could be used to educate kids. And that's really, for me, what motivated me to remove those fees and really remove the financial incentive.
So we'll be back at the State House on Monday. Thank you guys so much for having me.
So many bills that you're tracking.
Oh my goodness, it's been so busy.
And it's so important for our Oklahoma families, parents, and students, and teachers as well. Yeah.
Making a big change. So.
Augusta McDonald, we appreciate you coming in this morning.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank you.